I've said it at the beginning, first in class is not first in life. A teacher in my school called me one time and said, my son he started to look at him when he's teaching. I said, really? You are so full of yourself. You have a lot of guts. You should be looking at you. Who are you? Why should my son be looking at you? Did he fail? As he's looking, do you know what he's thinking? Why must he look at you? You are so full of yourself. So my son should be looking at you because you are teaching. So when he now looks at you, what's the value of that? He will now pass. So when he beats everybody in class, also they were all looking at you, but the one who's not looking at you beat them. You are calling me to complain that my son is not looking at you, teacher. Listen to yourself now. Why should we be doing this to ourselves? If my son, in fact, let me tell you, in case you don't know, if my son is last in class, don't call me. I don't care. I didn't send my school, I didn't pay this much money for my son to come and be passing in class. I sent him to come and network and meet people. You are the one interested in being first. I'm not interested in him being first. You are interested in that. But how will he learn to compete? I don't need him to compete. I need him to win. And competition is not the prerequisite path to winning. So there are virtues that I teach him in the house that he has to learn. How to be his own competition. How to rise to his own mountain without anybody being there. But we didn't have the blessing of having 2 children. We have only 1. And it's not a sad thing. Please, don't say, It's not a sad thing. On many levels, it's amazing. Because my son doesn't know how to compete. He just knows how to win. We don't need to compare him and say, look at what your brother is doing. We don't have all that problem. We just keep teaching him. And we see the fruits. Does that mean you have more children, you have a problem? You don't have a problem, but you have another type of work. Me that I have 1 child, you have a problem? No, I have another type of work. You see what I'm saying? So I told that child, if my son is not relating with his friends, cannot socialize, he's not talking to anybody, cannot connect, he's fighting everybody, call me. That's social capital, reputation capital. Call me for that. But that he's first in class. You are not the one. You were first in class. I didn't tell him that. So I didn't tell him that. But in my mind, I'm like, first in class. First in class. He doesn't know the dad. He doesn't know that me, I spent 12 years in LASU studying the 4-year course. 12 years. Talking about first in class. At the end of year 1, I had 15 carryovers. By the time I got to 400 level, I had 54 carryovers. Definitely, I wasn't going anywhere. Though I was in 400 level, not final year. I had 8 years of extra. 8 years. That's the father training level. Of course, I can't prioritize first in class. I can't. The dad that finished with first class can prioritize it, not me. I will be lying to my son to say it's by because was I first? All my mates finished them year and then they finished 8 years before I did. 12 years. I did your 50. I'm looking back and I'm saying, really? First in class is not first in life. I have hired many of my mates who finished 8 years before me. I've hired them, paid them salary with joy. They received it with happiness and gladness of heart. You see what I'm saying?